Hello there guys and girls and everything that's in between, and welcome to another Total War Rome 2 online battle video. Today we're doing a build video, so this is a blue video. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I've called this Balanced Macedonian build. It's pretty unexciting from the name, but it's a really neat full stack Macedonian army that's pretty balanced. It does well basically almost against everything. It does lose to like heavy skirmish styles with lots of shock cav. But let's take a look at the army here. You've got two units of Citizen Cavalry on both flanks. Now these guys don't really pack much of a punch against anything really. They just have decent health and armor values for a unit that costs 540. So they're usually they act as like baits, and they stop enemy cav charges, and they do some decent attacks on the flanks. Also, two units of Thorax Swordsman. Again, not huge punch on these guys either. They don't have the most outstanding of stats, but they're decently priced sword units, and they do the job. Two on each flank, supporting the core of the troops, which is 4 units of just regular hoplites. Again, nothing super fantastic about this build. It's just numerous and nicely balanced. So these guys will last a good bit for you in the big fights. 6 units of just regular archers. Again, mediocre.jpg is the title of this build. Everything is nice and medium ranged. These archers are very cheap, they don't do much damage. And finally, the real punching power is 2 units of these companion cav. And the general is one of them. Here they are. Glorious looking. So I'm facing off my opponent random. He's using a Carthage. He brought a relatively heavy infantry build, so the infantry grind is going to be a problem for me. Immediately you see that I noticed that he has an elephant, and I'm going to start flaming that elephant. I want to get it amok as soon as possible. And there you go. It goes amok. And then I was like, yeah, it's amok. This is great. It's out of control. It's gonna slam into his cavalry. Yes, it's gonna slam into his cavalry. Yes, 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 yes. And right before they slam into the cav, look at this. They stop. They come back into the fight. But now my archers are close enough to the fight that this cav engagement I've been avoiding, I can now take. So I'm actually going to charge this almost static Carthaginian cav with my companions. Let's take a look at the charge. This is gonna be actually quite devastating for the Carthaginian cav. Let's see here, they're already down 5 guys. Yep, 10 soon. There we go. We got more cav also coming. I also take another charge here on this side with my Citizen Cav against his Carthaginian cavalry also, I believe this is. No, these are the noble cav. This is not a fight that my Citizen Cav is going to be able to handle. You can see they're already down to 48, 47, very quickly declining, but I've got my general coming in support, so things are going to be good. My opponent's army, let's put this on slow-mo. He has 1 mercenary Gallic warrior here. I think he has 2 Libyan infantry. No, he has 1 Libyan infantry, another mercenary Gallic warrior, some mercenary Liber fighters. These guys are beastly. I really like these guys. They're so good at fighting hoplites, swords, anything. They just do so well. He's got an Italian swordsman there with 1 unit of archers, actually. A Cretan archer and a light cav on his far flank. We're going to actually get taken advantage of here in a minute. He has some sacred band. And then 2 units of African pikemen and a few... No, just 1 late Carthaginian hoplite and another mercenary Gallic warrior. So it's a kind of heavy mercenary build, I suppose. It does have lots of grinding power with his swords, though. So I'm winning the cav fight over here. He pulls his elephants away, and I'm gonna keep chasing his cav on the right. On the left, I get free charges on his cavalry and his archers, who he misplaced. And notice how I'm using my hoplites as a screening force for my archer here. Pretty standard stuff, really nothing special. And then here comes the Thorax Swordsman. They're gonna actually peek over this hill and then get some really nice flanking positions. So here comes the noble fighters. They're going to actually engage headlong into my hoplites. I put them into a hoplite wall as soon as I can. But you can see from the charge alone, look at that. The charge against the hoplite unit by this sword unit, they're still completely intact. They look at how fast they're killing guys. These guys are absolutely devastating. So the infantry grind was going to be long and bloody for me. Also, the same goes for the cav fight, because all these charges I'm doing now, they're not really optimal. They're not coming in from the right angles. But I've got numbers. Like you can see, my army is just much larger than his, and I have all sorts of troops alive. His cav is basically out of the game at this point. He still has his elephants though, so I'm going to need to be very careful about them. The moment I see them coming near the battlefield, I'm going to need to move my archers to a better position to be able to fire at them. So again, look at these noble fighters. 65 kills here. And now they're getting surrounded, and they're actually still going to stay in the fight for a very long time. Over here I've got a complete surround on this Libyan infantry, but then again they're still grinding out pretty equally with my Thorax and my companion shock. I probably should have been cycle charging in this area here, but I think I was realigning my archers. Yeah, indeed, I am realigning my archers at this point. I want to bring them a little bit closer to the elephant so that I can get maybe 1 or 2 flaming shot. If the elephant gets into this fight, things are going to turn very sour for me, so I'm quickly moving away my swords. These guys are very susceptible to elephant charges. I'm moving them back. I have my cavalry ready to intercept the elephant if he comes too close and my archers are not in range to take shots. And now that my archers are well positioned, they're just going to start unloading on this Italian swordsman. Now, regular archers won't do lots of damage. They only have 125 range. 35 missile damage is the norm basically for skirmish units. So they're not that bad, but you got to bring lots of them to make them effective. So look at this poor unit of Italian swords. I'm firing on their right side. They've got the shield on the left side, so they're actually going to drop. Extreme. Look how fast that was. But that doesn't make my archers cost effective at all. It's just there's lots of them and they're very cheap. So let's see over here. See, the fight has not finished yet against these Libyan infantry. These guys were surrounded on all sides. I had to pull out. In came the Hoplites and the African pikemen. He doesn't actually have his pikemen in pike formation. I think that was a mistake on his part, but the infantry grind is starting to kind of turn in his favor in this area here, and I need to do something with my cavalry. Here comes his elephant. I kind of lost track of them while firing at juicy targets, juicy sword targets. So I'm actually going to use 2 of these Citizen Cav to stop the elephant in its place so it doesn't get into the fight. And this is something that I can use my Citizen Cav for gladly. Because these guys have already gotten some kills on them. See, 13, nope, 76, and this one has 83. They've paid for themselves already, so I will gladly attack these elephants. And you can see with Cav and with archers firing on these elephants, they're actually not going to last that long. Elephants are definitely something that can easily be controlled. Now they go amok, and they're just going to start running through units, not really killing much. You can see 23 kills. I think at the end they reach about 35 or 38 kills or something like that. Over here, I finally managed to get a surround on his guys. I've got my troops in shield or hoplite wall, and I've also got units surrounding from the back. The same can be said about these Gallic warriors. Nope, these Gallic warriors are just fighting frontally against my hoplites. Oops. Clipping. So again, nothing really that special about this Macedonian build. It's just extremely balanced. And you have lots of tools at your disposal. You've got spears, you've got swords, you've got decent amounts of cav. 6 units of cav is a good amount. If you fight close to your supporting infantry, you'll be able to do much. And like, look at those archers over here. We're gonna go ahead and move to the results screen to take a look at some of the cost effectiveness of the units. So these 2 Citizen Cav have been very cost effective. They paid for themselves excellently. These 2, again, not super fantastic results for them, but overall, when you look at all the kills of the other troops, it's actually pretty good. The Hoplites did their job. They held. The swords, really, really good. 87, 76, 82, 69. These are really good kills on medium swords. And then the archers. Again, not super high kills, but overall when you consider this is a 20 stack army, look at how many men you can bring. It's very balanced. I really enjoy playing with it because I feel safe when I go into battles against basically any faction. The only thing that I would kind of tell you to watch out for when you're using this army is when you fight something like Bactria or Armenia or Parthia that could bring, you know, lots of horse archers and lots of stronger cav than yours, because if you lose your cav, your archers will become very easy to kill. You won't really be able to, quote, box up, if you may, because you only have 4 hoplites who can easily get stopped in their place. You can see the Carthaginian army really wasn't that cost effective. The key unit for them was these mercenary noble fighters and the Libyan infantry. Libyan infantry are like probably the best medium sword infantry unit in the game, and these mercenary noble fighters are actually really good also. But you can see his key units, his elephants, his Cretan archers, his sacred band spears, they didn't really get much kills. They were surrounded and readily dispatched. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. If you want me to do other builds for factions, I think there was a Bowie and a Nervy request in the last video, so I'm going to try and do that as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next time.